Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's topic, let's listen in.
So, I started this decluttering challenge this week. One item a day, no exceptions.
Oh, interesting. What made you decide to do that?
Honestly, I opened my closet last weekend and just felt overwhelmed by how much stuff was in there.
I know that feeling completely. How's it been going so far?
Actually pretty good, though some days are definitely harder than others.
What makes certain days harder, would you say?
Anything with sentimental value. Those items are so much harder to let go of.
That makes sense. Physical stuff and memories get pretty tangled up, I imagine.
Exactly, it's rarely about the object itself, more about what it represents.
Do you have a system for deciding what stays and what goes?
I ask myself if I've used it in the past year. If not, it's probably time.
That's a pretty clear rule. Removes a lot of the emotional back and forth.
Exactly, having a rule makes the decision feel less personal, somehow.
Where does everything go once you've decided to get rid of it?
Mostly donation, though some things just go straight to the trash if they're worn out.
That's good, at least someone else might get use out of the donated stuff.
Exactly, that thought makes the whole process feel less wasteful.
So, what's been the hardest item to part with so far?
An old jacket from university that I haven't worn in years but still love, somehow.
Did you end up keeping it, or letting it go?
I kept it, actually. Some things get an exception.
That seems fair. A strict rule with zero exceptions might be impossible to sustain.
Exactly, I think a little flexibility keeps the whole thing from feeling too punishing.
That's a healthy way to approach it. Perfectionism tends to kill these kinds of habits fast.
Agreed. Anyway, have you ever tried anything like this yourself?
Not formally, though my apartment could use it, if I'm being real.
What area do you think is the worst offender?
My closet too, especially old cables and electronics I never use anymore.
That's such a common one. Cables somehow multiply when nobody's looking.
Exactly, I genuinely don't know where half of them even came from at this point.
You should try the same challenge. One item a day sounds manageable for anyone.
So, have you noticed any actual difference in how your space feels since starting this?
Yes, even just a couple weeks in. My closet already feels so much calmer somehow.
That's interesting. Calmer how, exactly?
Easier to see everything at a glance, and I'm not digging through piles anymore.
That sounds genuinely satisfying. Less friction just getting dressed in the morning, I'd guess.
Exactly, it's such a small thing, but it's made mornings noticeably easier.
I love hearing that. Small changes adding up to something real is the best kind of progress.
Agreed. Anyway, have you thought about digital clutter too, or just physical stuff?
Not yet, though my phone storage is likely a disaster if I'm being real.
Mine too. Thousands of screenshots I'll probably never look at again.
Exactly, and somehow deleting those feels almost as hard as getting rid of physical stuff.
Right? It's a similar kind of attachment, just in a different form.
Do you ever try to sell things instead of donating them, or is that too much effort?
I've tried a couple times, but the effort rarely feels worth a small amount of money.
That's fair. Photographing, listing, and messaging back and forth takes real time.
Exactly, unless it's something genuinely valuable, donating just feels so much simpler.
Makes sense. Time is worth something too, not just the item itself.
Right, and the donation center near me makes it so easy, just drop and go.
That convenience makes a huge difference in following through, too.
Exactly, if it were complicated, I don't think I'd keep this challenge up at all.
So, do you consider yourself a minimalist now, or is this more of a one-time reset?
Somewhere in between. I don't need an empty apartment, just less excess than before.
That seems like a reasonable middle ground. Not everything has to be extreme.
Exactly, full minimalism always seemed a little intense for my actual lifestyle.
That's fair. Anyway, do you think this will stick as a long-term habit?
I hope so. Maybe not one item a day forever, but some version of it.
Maybe a monthly check-in once the initial challenge ends, something like that?
That's a great idea. Keeps things from piling back up without being too demanding.
Exactly. Sustainable habits usually beat intense short bursts in the long run, from what I've seen.
Agreed. This whole conversation is motivating me to keep at it.
Same here. I think I'm going to start my own version this week.
I love that. We could even check in on each other's progress on our walks.
I like that idea. Built-in accountability, just like everything else we do together.
Exactly. Seems to be your whole thing at this point.
It does. Anyway, do you think decluttering has changed how you shop now too?
Yes, quite a bit. I think a lot harder before buying anything new now.
That makes sense. Once you see how much stuff you already didn't need, it changes your perspective.
Exactly. I keep asking myself if I'll use something in a year, even before buying it.
That's such a smart habit to build. Prevention instead of a cleanup later.
Agreed. It saved me some money too, as a nice side effect.
That's a great bonus. Anyway, do you think you'll apply this to gifts you give others too?
That's a good question. I might start thinking more about experiences instead of physical things.
That's a great direction. Experiences don't add to anyone's clutter pile, after all.
Exactly. They tend to be remembered a lot longer too, in my experience.
That's true. I still remember trips way more vividly than most things I've bought.
Exactly. That's all the proof I need that experiences matter more in the long run.
Anyway, has this whole process made you think differently about clutter in general, beyond just your closet?
Yes. I've started noticing clutter in my calendar too, if that makes sense.
Oh, that's such an interesting way to think about it. Too many commitments, kind of like too much stuff?
Exactly. Both leave you feeling overwhelmed in pretty similar ways, I've noticed.
That's a great insight. Maybe decluttering your schedule is the next logical step, then.
I've been thinking about that too. Saying no to a few things I don't want to do.
That takes real courage, but it's worth it in the end.
I think so too. This walk turned into a lot more than just talking about closets.
It did. I love when our walks go somewhere unexpected like this.
Same here. Anyway, do you think you'll follow through with your own decluttering this week?
I think so. Talking about it out loud like this makes it feel more real somehow.
That's exactly why I like talking things through with you. It makes everything feel more concrete.
Same here. Anyway, where do you think you'll start on my end, if you were me?
The cables you mentioned earlier, most likely. That sounds like the easiest starting point.
That's a good call. Low stakes, easy decisions, nothing sentimental attached to any of it.
Exactly. Starting small like that usually builds momentum for the harder stuff later.
That makes a lot of sense. Alright, cables it is, starting tonight.
I'm excited to hear how it goes. Let's check in on our next walk.
Deal. This has turned into such a productive Saturday morning, hasn't it?
It has. I love when our walks end up being useful and relaxing at the same time.
Me too. Anyway, should we head back now, or keep going a bit longer today?
Let's keep going a little. The weather's so nice right now.
Agreed. No rush to get back today.
Exactly. Let's just enjoy this a bit longer before heading home.
So, out of curiosity, has anyone in your family noticed the change yet?
Yes, my mom came over last weekend and mentioned how organized my closet looked.
That must have felt so validating, after all that effort.
It really did. She even asked what my secret was, which felt great to explain.
I bet. Did she seem interested in trying it herself?
A little, though she has way more stuff than me to begin with, from what I've seen.
Parents' houses always seem to have decades of stuff piled up, don't they?
Exactly. It would take her months to get through everything properly.
Maybe you could help her get started sometime, now that you have some experience.
That's such a sweet idea. I'll bring it up next time I visit.
I think she'd appreciate that, coming from someone who's done it.
Thanks, I hope so too. Anyway, I think we should head back home now.
Agreed. This turned into such a great walk today, though.
It really did. Thanks for listening to all my decluttering talk.
Anytime. Good luck starting your own version tonight. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe for daily episodes. See you tomorrow. Bye.